Bally Sports is now in its third year since they filed bankruptcy, and behind the scenes, it's been causing a lot of headaches. The Ilitch families decided to do something about it, and with the help of Major League Baseball, they're creating a one-stop shop for Tigers and Red Wings television. Red Wings TV is a reality, and it's coming this fall. This is your 7-Minute Wings. Welcome back to the Red Wings Report with Strings and Pucks. This is Jeremy Laura. Please click like. If you haven't yet, please click subscribe, share this out. Head over to hockeyhotstove.com where I write the Red Wings column. You can read news and information about all the teams in the league, and the Olympic coverage is starting. So just real quick, I want to acknowledge this isn't going to be for everybody. I'm just talking about broadcast issues today. Bally Sports declared bankruptcy because the Ilitch family knew that Major League Baseball had created their own network. And so the Ilitches are the first ones to go ahead and use this new baseball platform. Starting next season, instead of Bally's, you may be subscribing to some sort of Red Wings TV, and it'll be hosted by the MLB. You'll still be able to watch it on cable. You'll still be able to stream it. They haven't announced rates or anything like that, or even the official name, but just know that change is coming. So for the rest of you that have hung in there at this point, first I want to thank my friend Chris, who brought this to my attention. There was an article put out by Kuklas Korner. I've been following the Bally's bankruptcy closely. If you read my old work over at Hockey Buzz, you know that I did a lot of work on this, that in 2023, Bally's declared bankruptcy. The short story of this is that in 2019, Disney bought up everything but Fox News. And Disney didn't really want the sports side of it for most things. So they sold off so many of these markets, and that's what became Bally's. In 2019, in March, Fox was bought by Disney. In August, most of Fox Sports was sold off again to Sinclair Broadcasting. In 2021, all those markets were rebranded from Fox Sports to Bally Sports. And then 2 years later, they declared bankruptcy. So it took 4 years from the purchase in August of 2019 until March of 2023, after Sinclair paid $9.6 billion to buy up what became Bally Sports. It took just that amount of time for them to declare bankruptcy to the tune of $8 billion. You don't have to be a math wizard to see the numbers. They never recovered the purchase price. And the irony in all of this that I continue to think of till this day is that for about 4 months, Disney could have owned almost all of the NHL. If they had held on to what they had bought when they renegotiated the rights for the NHL with ESPN and ABC and TNT, you could have seen almost everything Red Wings and many of the teams just through Disney. They would have had it all. So that's the quick, ugly history. In that time since the bankruptcy, Chicago and Tampa Bay and other teams all left Bally's. They're doing their own thing. The Red Wings have decided to follow suit. They're not going to continue on with Bally Sports. So they went to the MLB because obviously the Ilitch family owns the Tigers, and they negotiated a way to host the Red Wings games through the MLB network. It says Ilitch Sports Entertainment has entered a first-of-its-kind partnership with Major League Baseball, which will provide broadcast support to both the Detroit Tigers beginning in the 2026 season and the Detroit Red Wings with the 26-27 season. This partnership creates a new platform where fans throughout the team's home television territories, including all of Michigan, can watch games and other content when and where they want. Maintaining consistency with years past, fans within the club's home television territory will be able to watch the Tigers and Red Wings through the same options that have recently been available. Information on cable and satellite providers and streaming subscriptions will be communicated at a later date. Translation: you'll still have the option to watch this over cable and satellite, but my hope is there's an option to subscribe directly without a VPN and be able to catch everything without having to deal with blackouts and restrictions and things like that. Reading on down Following this year, the 25-26 season, the Red Wings will make their transition into this partnership. Ilitch Sports Entertainment will assume broadcast production duties, meaning that everything that happens on site is going to be run by the Ilitch family now. It's not going to be a different broadcast company coming in like Bally's. They're going to be hiring all the personnel. They're going to own all the equipment, and everything that happens inside Little Caesars Arena, every part of that broadcast is now owned by the Ilitch family. That's a huge shift. It's a lot more stability, and if they decide they want to improve the broadcast, upgrade options and features, they can do that on their own dime. So that should be really exciting to fans. And another part of this, they're keeping Ken Daniels and Mickey Redmond. So when they negotiated all of this, they got those two guys to stick with the broadcast. You now have a team that, similar to Toronto and New York, owns their own broadcast. You have Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment to the north, and then you have MSG Entertainment, Madison Square Gardens, over for New York. There's a lot of advantages to that. So I think this is overall a huge plus, and my hope is they make it really easy to just subscribe to this and not have to go through cable. We won't know the name of it, we won't know the price of it until a little later, but you will be able to test this out because the Tigers will be on this system this summer. It's all going to be run through Major League Baseball, and the Ilitch family, they put up the capital, and they've taken this into their own hands so they don't have to deal with negotiating through a Bally Sports or any regional provider going forward. I hope this information was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see how it all turns out. This is your 7-Minute Wings.